Hello everyone, Sam here to make another video about the Guardians of the United States. And today we have the Guardian of Vermont. Now, who is the Guardian of Vermont? Well, who is she? What's her backstory? What is this character? What company does she run? Well, I'm going to tell you who she is, but before I get into that, I have to warn you first. Do not watch this video if you're still under the age of 18, as this video will talk about some pretty sensitive topics that may not be suitable for kids, alright? So let me repeat that again. Do not watch this video if you're still under the age of 18, as this video will talk about some pretty sensitive topics that may not be suitable for kids, alright? So I'm just telling you right now, you have been warned. Alright, so let's get started here. Here's the symbol of the Guardian of Vermont. Now, who is the Guardian of Vermont? Or aka Sales Pitch. Now, what is this character? What is her? What does she look like? What is her power and everything? Well, I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to be transferring. Ready for this? I'm going to be transferring in 3, 2... Hello everyone! Alright, as you can see right here, the Guardian of Vermont, or aka Maggie A. Sanders. Now, who is Maggie A. Sanders? Well, she's the Guardian of Vermont. She's considered a very wealthy individual who's known for starting up her own soda company called Miss Frosty. Now, she's also a very unique individual. She's really good at sales and marketing. But who is this character really? What's her backstory? What does she believe in? What is this type of character? Well, we're going to get into that as in right here. Ready? So let's get started here. This young lady is Maggie A. Sanders, who is the Guardian of Vermont, a very enthusiastic and business young lady who is a billionaire entrepreneur who seeks to promote a soda called Miss Frosty to the American public, in which this drink has become quite popular by the public, and what made her a billionaire is when she bought a ton of stocks and other soda companies, which did make a great impact on the soda industry, which made her so famous that she appeared on Bright Flash magazine, and Bright Flash magazine have nicknamed her Sales Pitch. The reason she is able to deliver a beautiful sales pitch that can convince investors to invest into anything she wants. However, what people don't realize is she is a mutant. Now, this is her backstory. You see, Maggie A. Sanders had a interesting backstory. You see, Maggie Sanders was born in the city of South Burlington, Vermont, and her mother's name is Carolina Sanders, and her father's name is Caden Sanders. And her mother worked at a bar, and her father also worked at the bar with his wife, and both would work to have a sustainable income. And now back to Maggie Sanders. And as in right here, Maggie Sanders had a difficult childhood as she barely saw her parents as they worked a whole lot, and was somewhat raised by her grandparents, even when her parents were with her and on their day off. They were overworked and stressed out, and oftentimes got into heated arguments over silly things, which did cause problems with Maggie, in which teachers at school took notice, and in which they contacted the school counselor. And the next couple of days, Maggie's parents gave permission for Maggie to go to therapy to help her get treated for her problems. However, Maggie claimed that those were the worst moments in her life, and felt nothing for her at all, in her opinion. And felt like therapy was useless and did nothing for her at all. Sorry about that. In her opinion. However, as she got older, she eventually ended up leaving therapy for good, and Maggie, during the 10th grade, she would take a chemistry class, and which would help her later on during the line at the end. However, tragedy struck later on that year, as Maggie's father got into a deadly car crash, in which this did leave him paralyzed from the waist down, which left Maggie ultimately dropping out of school and ended up taking over her father's place at the bar as she had to work and pay bills, and which did give her work experience. However, what her mother and father did not know was that Maggie was doing experiments at home late at night, as she spent hours trying to create her own drink, as she got the idea from drinking a soda called Sugar Pop, and would drink this soda while on the job, and figured she could make her own soda of her own of her own of her own, and spent days or even months, as each time she failed approximately 100 times. However, Maggie was truly determined and would not give up until one day, in the year of January 12th, 2020, she managed to create the perfect drink in just hold on and just and just hold on. Oh, and just as she created the drink, just then, the entity known as the Follower appears and gifted Maggie Sanders her mutant power, and Maggie A. Sanders makes a promise to one day bring her family out of poverty and create a refreshing drink that could outcompete Sugar Pop. Okay, that is the backstory of Maggie A. Sanders. That's how she got. That's how she got her billions. That's how she became popular. That's how she basically somewhat become a billionaire and everything. And also, let me guys know what you guys think of this character. I tried drawing this character for the first time. Let me guys know in the comment section below what you think of this character. Now, next, I'm gonna be transferring, and I'm gonna be talking more about her company, Miss Frosty, and I'm gonna be doing that in 3, 2. Hello, everyone. All right, here we go. Miss Frosty SP. That's the full name. This is Miss Frosty SP, which is a soda company created by Maggie A. Sanders, who was the guardian of Vermont. Now, as in right here, MSFSP, or aka Miss Frosty SP, is a very popular soda beverage company in which this soda company was founded by a young lady named Maggie A. Sanders, and Maggie A. Sanders founded this company for one reason. MSFSP, or aka Miss Frosty SP Soda Beverage Company's whole goal is to create the best and the most refreshing drink that's able to satisfy the thirst of individuals and to push the boundaries of soda making technology, all to make better and much safer and healthier drinks that's able to help individuals live better and healthier lives. Okay, that is what Miss Frosty was founded for. That's why the Guardian of Vermont, as in right here, Maggie A. Sanders, founded Miss Frosty, or aka Sales Pitch. And also, do you guys, before we move on from this, I have to ask, do you guys like that nickname, Sales Pitch? Do you like the reason why they call her Sales Pitch? Someone who's has this beautiful sales pitch that she's able to get investors into investing in anything. Let me guys know in the comment section below what you guys think about that name. I am interested in listening to your comments. Okay, now back to Miss Frosty. As you can see, this is the symbol of Miss Frosty. It's a female snowman, okay, who's out here to deliver beautiful Miss Frosty drinks. Alright, it's called Miss Frosty because it has a very frosty taste to it, okay? Kind of like snow cones, basically, alright? Alright, so we're going to move on. We're going to be talking about the investment firm in 3, 2... Alright, here we go. Sorry for the weird transition. I was kind of running out of time, but as you can see right here, Miss Frosty Investment Firm LLC. Miss Frosty Investment Firm LLC. Now, what is Miss Frosty Investment Firm LLC? Well, I'm going to tell you what it is. As in right here, this is Miss Frosty Investment Firm LLC, which is an investment firm that was founded by two individuals, and those two individuals are Maggie A. Sanders and her father, Caden Sanders. And both Maggie and her father, Caden, founded this company for one reason. Miss Frosty Investment Firm LLC's whole goal is to help smaller, independent soda companies by investing into them in order to bring more competition to the soda industry and to fight fight back against well-established soda brands like Sugar Pop in order to prevent these brands from having too much power and influence over the industry. All right, that's why this investment firm was created. It was created by both her father. It was created by the Garden of Vermont, aka Maggie Sanders, or aka Maggie Sanders, or aka Sales Pitch, and her father, Caden Sanders. It was created to help fight back against some of the more well-established brands. One of the ways they fight back against more well-established brands like Sugar Pop is by investing into smaller, more independent soda companies that are not really known to the public, that are not really well recognized, like Sugar Pop. And this has created a really great impact in the soda industry, where more and more soda competitors are competing more, which is posing a great threat to Sugar Pop's interest. Okay. Now, next we're gonna be talking about a little bit more about the Garden of Vermont, and we're gonna be doing that. Ready in 3, 2. All right, here we go. All right, here's some more things about Maggie A. Sanders. Okay, born 1999, age 28, height 5.5, weight 101.134, race Caucasian. Now here are some great nicknames for this character. Nicknamed the Sales Pitch, which I pretty much established what that was, or nicknamed the Queen of Advertisement, as she's someone who's really good at advertising. You know, she's really great at advertising and marketing. Then you got her other nickname, which is, or the Girl with the Fast Lips. See, they call her this name. The reason why they call her the Girl with the Fast Lips, which is another nickname, is because when she talks really fast. It's as if she has very fast lips. You know, she's a really fast talker. Okay? Now we're gonna be getting into Maggie A. Sanders' personality, as in right here. This young lady is a enthusiastic type of girl who is the guardian of Vermont and is a billionaire who founded the soda company called Miss Frosty. When you first see her, she stands up tall with a calm but with a big fake happy-go-lucky expression on her face. And speaks in a fast but exciting and happy tone, and may not look like it, but is extremely great at advertisement and marketing. But the one thing she excels at the most is her sales pitch, being able to convince consumers to buy her amazing products with her amazing sales pitch. However, as in right here, she has her weaknesses. For example, she suffers from depression, as she feels bad, or as she feels like as in right here, she feels bad as she feels like she's not providing enough for her family. And her second weakness is her own consumerist behavior, as she has developed a bad habit of overconsumption, which has led to her being unhealthy. As in, since she has really bad depression, problem is one of the ways she copes with this is by just constantly consuming unhealthy foods or unhealthy drinks, which is pretty ironic. Just constantly consuming sodas, or constantly consuming stuff that's not really good for you, like fast food type of deal, like let's say like a McDonald's type deal. You know, it's not really healthy for you. However, as in right here, however, she might have her weaknesses, but she's not a bad person. She just has her faults. But she has a good heart who will help her family and create a refreshing drink that could outcompete Sugar Pop. Alright? As she has a dream, she wants to outcompete Sugar Pop, and also this character herself is really great. She's a really strong, really talented individual. Now, if there's anything that I should tell people, is that the reason why overconsumption is really bad is because you shouldn't overconsume on things, okay? You shouldn't always constantly consume in order to escape your problems. You should always try to find ways to deal with your problems, alright? Find ways to help, find people to help you out with your problems, it is okay to ask for help, okay? Alright? Alright. We're going to move on. Also, if you are suffering from depression, make sure you do try to get some help with that. Okay? All right. Next, I'm going to be moving on, and we're going to be talking about what the character looks like and what her mutant ability is. All right, and we're going to be doing that. Ready? And we're going to be doing that in 3, 2. All right, here we go. Description. This is what this character looks like. This is what she wears, as in right here. Hold on. She wears a dark blue business suit and wears black dress shoes and wears a bow tie shaped green mistletoe with a snowman on it, and wears a black top hat with her company logo on the front of the hat, and wears makeup, and wears jet black eyeliner, and wears black lipstick, and wears snowman shaped earrings, and wears glasses, and has a skinny waist, and has long sky blue wavy hair, and has silver eyes, and has dark blue painted fingernails, and has white pale skin, and has tea color snowflake shaped orb engraved in her chest, and has a frost like breath seeping from her mouth, and has both her hands behind her back. All right, as she tries to look efficient, as she tries to look efficient, basically. All right, now next, I'm going to be talking to you guys about her mutant ability. Now, what is her mutant ability? Well, I'm going to tell you what it is, as in right here. Hold on, let me get a good view. All right, her mutant power is called Frosty Body. This ability allows her to emit a icy mist that freezes the environment around her. She can manipulate this icy mist. She can create snowflake shaped ninja stars, and create powerful wind blast by exhaling, and can shoot kiss shaped ice balls, and can create snowmen like entities that obey her, and can transform into 3 different types of snowmen, and her ultimate move allows her to create icy bombs by absorbing all the moisture in the air and then releases it. All right, that is her mutant ability, Frosty Body, which kind of goes well with the whole snowman theme deal I have going right here. I hope you guys like it, as in right here, the whole snowman theme. Now next, I will be transferring again, and this time I'm going to be telling you about how wealthy Maggie A. Sanders is. Alright, so I can't wait to show you it. I'm going to be showing you it in a couple seconds. But before we get started, let me guys know in the comment section below what you guys think about this character's mutant ability. Let me know in the comment section below if you also like the snowman themed here. Alright, so ready? We're going to be transferring in 3, 2... Alright, here we go. Alright, Maggie A. Sanders. Alright, now what is Maggie A. Sanders' net worth? I'm going to tell you what it is, as in right here. Hold on. MAS, or aka Maggie A. Sanders, the girl with the fast lips, has a net worth up to $100.1 billion net worth. Now, Maggie got this net worth by creating and investing a new type of soda, and also pushing the boundaries of soda making technology by inventing a brand new soda machine that's able to take normal water and transform it into soda in 11 seconds. Now, another way she got so wealthy is by helping and investing into smaller independent soda companies that has wonderfully contributed to her $100.1 billion net worth. So that's how wealthy this character is. Let me guys in the comment section below what you guys think of that. And next, I'm going to be telling you what this character stands for and what she represents in 3, 2... Alright, here we go. Alright, now what does this character represent? Well, this character herself represents She represents a couple things, mainly 3 things: free trade, variety, and consumerism. As she's someone who's always trying to push, and trying to make a more free market approach. Trying to make a free market approach to everything. Make sure there's jobs being created. Making sure that smaller independent jobs are able to thrive and run circles all right, around the more established big brands, running circles around them and taking the power away from big brands and making sure they don't have a ton of influence over the market, trying to push the market in a more free market way, okay? So that's what this character represents: free trade, variety, and consumerism, all right? All right, so I'm going to transfer again in 3, 2. All right, here we go. Don't forget to like and share, comment, subscribe to the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys. And don't forget to follow my Twitter account at Awesome899. Thank you guys so much for watching, and also thank you guys so much for allowing me to reach so many views and get so many likes on that one video, that short video. Even if it's a short video, that still meant a lot to me. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for following me. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I'm going to continue making more, okay? And also, let me guys know in the comment section below what you think about the Guardian of Vermont, or aka Salepitch, or aka Maggie A. Sanders, or aka the girl with the fast lips. Let me guys know in the comment section below what you guys think about her and her ability and her company she runs. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitter account at Awesome899. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And as I've been saying, may God bless.